Greetings, everyone. It's Meteorologist Jim Caldwell here in the Alert Center for WKYT. I hope you're having a good one. Things have changed out there, haven't they? You got some wintry weather showing up across parts of Kentucky right now. Lexington's been one of those zones getting in on some of the snow. I don't call it snowfall because a lot of it hasn't really stuck yet. But this round, it was kind of the precursor. This is the first one. There's another push that will come later in the day. Now, it has more potential for us to stick around. Is it going to be a lot? No. Is it enough to be a nuisance? Yes. Let's look at what's happening right now. I'm going to show you multiple cams from across our area. And then there you see it. Snow flying downtown Lexington. It's poor visibility for us. Just a few minutes ago when I was looking, visibility was down to around a mile. I'm going to load it up over here on another screen and see where we're at right at this moment. And visibility is just at 6 miles. So that's what we've got there. So it's not that bad. It's not great, but it's not that bad either. So that's what's happening here in Lexington. Let's look from our tower cam view. And of course, it's going to be a little more wintry up there. A lot of snow flying at 300 feet above WKYT right now. Way up there on that 1,000-foot tower. This is out toward Moorhead. You can see little white dots everywhere. Those are your snowflakes. And visibility reduced off in the distance here as well. Now, as we continue to check, we've got a little more snow flying through the air there in Georgetown as well. And even along I-75 down in Richmond, I had a little more activity, but it's nothing significant at this time. You look at our current First Alert Radar Network imagery, and you've got rain, snow mixing in, especially in those high elevations out in eastern Kentucky. They're certainly seeing some of that. Look at the heavier bands there, that blue that's showing up in certain areas. It's not in downtown Lexington, but out toward the airport. It had a little dose that passed by there just a little while ago. And then you see that other heavier band along the Mountain Parkway and then stretching up to Moorhead as well. So that is what's current. All right, this is the bigger picture. You see that big area that's just bulging out of Wisconsin, Lake Michigan, into Chicago? That is what's going to turn the corner and head in our direction. It's basically going to follow that track right there where the winter weather advisories have been posted. Those are all the way down into eastern Kentucky, Virginia, and even the high elevations of North Carolina and Tennessee. I'll add the radar data on here again just for kicks and just so you can see the trajectory on this, how it's rotating in that way, and will continue spinning all the way down into Kentucky. So what we have out there right now isn't even the main batch. That next batch is the one that's going to produce a little more accumulation. Here's what we've got. Future radar, that round goes through. Then that next one starts to blow on in. It gets here, and here's the catch with it. You're going to have some more intense bands, I think, inside of this. So when that gets going, you could get some quick, heavy snow like we've been dealing with out there, poor visibility, all that. But this might be a little heavier and have a better chance to stick. Now, it lingers for a while into Friday, and then you get another little push of a rain snow maker into the day. None of this is going to stick around a long time because we are going to factor in that rain. It's going to come into play. But still, I'm going with about a coating to 2 inches for most of our area. You get to those high elevations down south, and they go 1 to 3. Wouldn't be shocked if somebody didn't get a higher amount than 3 inches in those areas. So, coating to 2, 1 to 3, that's our general snowfall forecast, and it's mainly on grass and elevated surfaces that we'll be tracking this. Let's time it out with another version of the model, okay? I just want to give you as much as I possibly can, and then I've got something else I need to show you for next week too. Rain, snow continues, and then it picks up again after sunset. Now those numbers fall, and that helps add into the overall effect. So you see it lingers, the same model, pretty close to what you're seeing with the other one. This one's a little more aggressive with snow lingering into your Friday before it wraps up again. Next week, this is an early look at Thanksgiving. Now, what I'm going to say is we've been watching the past couple of days, and this system is kind of hit and miss. But today, in the past, well, several runs, it has been showing up a little more consistently, just like that. So watch it move from Texas and head toward our direction. Well, this is right at the official beginning of Thanksgiving because it's midnight local time. Rain's coming into play. There might be some snow on the nose of it depending on where the low really goes. Well, as this comes into play, I think it's going to cause a quick little surge in temperatures based on this one run. And then you get rain, gusty winds, and by the end of it, we turn it into a wintry mix and then over to plain old snow going into your Friday. So big travel days are usually Tuesday, Wednesday. Those are your big travel days. And then, of course, we all know Black Friday. Black Friday's not what it once was with going out and knocking people down to try to shop. But it is still a day when a lot of people will try to get out there in the store to find some of those very special deals. So it could be quite the interesting day out there for us. I've seen it cold, I've seen it snow, I've seen all this before. Nothing unusual with that. But it's the magnitude and the broad reach of that system. That's what I'm going to be watching here over the next several days to get you ready for that, because it's a big travel week, okay? This little snow event, it's one thing. That event with wind and rain and snow, that's going to cause other issues, not only here, but in other parts of the country. And maybe you're traveling. Maybe you're going to see family in another state. Maybe you're driving. Maybe you're flying. We start evaluating that a little more in detail here after we get through this one, and we pull it into the proper 7-day part of our forecast. I appreciate y'all stopping by, giving us a few minutes of your time here on Facebook and YouTube. We're going to be back on television for WKYT News at noon here in about 25 minutes or so. If you're watching this live, of course, at 11:34 on this 21st day of November. Have a good one, everybody. See ya.